bullseye, 200 missiles, 100 plus drones, 150 targets. Iranian army has released details of Operation True Promise 3, which came in response to Israel's Friday airstrikes. Approximately 200 missiles and over 100 drones were fired at more than 150 targets. A senior Iranian commander said that 3 Israeli air bases were on the hit list: Nevatim, Tel Naf, and Ovda. Brigadier General Ahmadi Vahidi warned of more severe consequences and declared that Iran's retaliation was not over as yet. 3 people were killed and over 75 were more injured in Iran's revenge strikes. The number is not just 3 of them at the moment. They have actually multiplied in the last few hours, since Iran has launched new strikes on Israel. Before I share more in details about the latest development, just to remind you, if you are not subscribed, consider subscribing to my channel, because your subscription helps my channel to grow. Now let's talk about this other particular news here. Basically, Lavrov rains hellfire on Israel for use of force, offers Iran Russia's help over nuclear program. And guys, we'll be talking about how impactful this is, the Russian nuclear program in Iran, in a second. We'll actually play a video from an expert. Then you will know what it is all about. But for now, the information that we are getting is Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov dialed his Iranian counterpart and offered help to de-escalate tensions with Israel. Lavrov reportedly condemned Israel's use of force against Iran and offered condolences to Iranians killed in Israeli airstrikes. He also reportedly offered to help clear issues around Iran's nuclear program. His claims come a day after he condemned Israel in phone call with his UAE counterpart. The surprise in all of this is that Russia is pushing ahead with this nuclear program installation in Iran. However, what is not coming on the news and what we want to see is more Russian air defense system in Iran, which is not happening at the moment. The air defense system they have installed in Iran, provided by Russian technology, is the S-300. And we have seen, and I will actually share a separate video with you, how new Iranian cities are coming under attack, including Tehran, because this looks like to me S-300 system and the old air defense system Iran has installed, they're not working. So I want to see some progress made on this front. In addition to talking about nuclear program, how Russia is helping Iran, I want to see how Russia is also helping Iran with its air defense system. Now, this is another report coming in the past hours. Basically, it says Israeli bombs only damage, not destroy Iran's Fordow Isfahan nuke sites, Khamenei livid. The IDF has officially declared its main battleground, sidelining the Gaza front. Israeli military says this strategic shift is meant to pressure Iran over the hostage crisis. Iran's nuclear sites, missile facilities, and leadership are now top priority targets. The IDF warns Iran's missile capability is being systematically dismantled. That is something we will have to wait and find out if that is true. But so far, as we have all seen, that the Iranian missile system, they are top notch. And at the same time, on the same token, we also have to admit that Israel, they do have the best air power in the world, with F-16, F-35 fighter jets targeting Iranian nuclear facilities. Now, IDF has officially declared Iran its main battleground, sidelining Gaza front. Let's think about this for a second. If they are going to be sidelining Gaza front, why did Netanyahu just a few days ago openly and publicly declared that they are amassing over 400,000 troops, IDF forces, to take over Gaza? Does it make any sense? Absolutely no. Do they have any plan, Netanyahu, with all of this killing? Absolutely not. He wants to kill as many as he can. He wants to go as far as he can. And along the way, he would, and he is dragging United States in all of this. His war, in other words, will be fought, especially against Iran, by United States. As I said, guys, the Iranian defense system is not working. They need to install S-400 and even better system because of the aerial power the Israeli forces have. They need something solid. Because of this, new Iranian cities are coming under attack.
Iran's southern city of Bandar Abbas has come under attack by Israeli strikes. These are the latest pictures coming from there. Anti-aircraft are intercepting projectiles in the air. It is the latest city to come under attack in Iran in the second day of Israeli strikes across the country. And we are also seeing...
this is, again, is the main reason why Iran needs a better air defense system. They have developed some locally made defense system, but obviously that is not working. But having said that, though, guys, take a listen at this particular report, what they're saying. Iran takes out third F-35 fighter jet in 24 hours. In a dramatic escalation, Iran claims to have downed a third Israeli F-35 jet in 24 hours. The pilot reportedly ejected, but his fate is unknown. Iranian media say a female pilot from an earlier incident has been captured. Israel continued its own strikes deep into Iran, targeting missile bases and infrastructure. Iran's True Promise 3 operation launched hundreds of missiles, activating air defense systems across multiple Iranian cities. Israel's defense minister has warned if missiles continue, Tehran will burn. Now, this is a word that I want to discuss for a second. The wording of Israel Katz, the defense minister. We will burn Iran's Tehran. We cannot take any more attacks, missile attacks for Iran, because we did not think that Iran is so capable of destroying our cities, especially Tel Aviv. And if you guys are not watching my shorts, watch those shorts, because I'm posting shorts on my YouTube channel where I show live images and footages of those particular strikes and the explosions taking place as we speak in Tel Aviv and elsewhere in Israel. So again, go back to my shorts. If you are not watching them, I would request you to watch, because they will give you a lot of idea into what is really happening on the ground. Let's see what experts are saying about Iran and its capabilities.
Are we going to turn Iran into one giant pile of rubble? I don't think so. And also, to get back to your question on the nuclear issue, I think if the United States were to attack Iran in a serious way and Israel were to do the same, that the Iranians would then get nuclear weapons. My point about the economic constraints, I think, would be overridden in those circumstances. And if you're an Israeli, you have to ask yourself, is that in your interest? I think the Israelis have made it clear for a long time now, and we have certainly made it clear as well, that we do not want Iran to have nuclear weapons. Okay, if you don't want Iran to have nuclear weapons, then probably the smart thing to do is not attack it with a major conventional air offensive. That kind of campaign, it would seem to me, is highly likely to lead Iran to acquire nuclear weapons. You just don't want that. You want the present situation to continue for as far as the eye can see. I think, if anything, what's happening here is that sympathy in the Islamic world, broadly defined, is shifting in significant ways against the United States and certainly against Israel. Israel is becoming a pariah state all around the planet.
I want to actually use his commentary about Islamic State, as he's mentioning, John Mearsheimer, that this war is actually uniting the Muslims. These days, if you go and ask any Muslim, Shia or Sunni, and ask them, who do you support in this war between Iran and Israel, nobody, I can promise you and I can guarantee you, nobody will say I support Israel, because Israel, as John Mearsheimer, he says, has become a pariah state. What they have done in Gaza is unforgivable for so many Muslims, regardless of whether they're Shia or Sunni. Even though this war is fought against the Shia, because as we know, Iran is a Shia country. But nobody cares. Everybody cares about, are Israel getting hit? Are they going to go down? When are they going to punish these Zionists who have committed genocide in Gaza? That's all it really matters. Now, Colonel McGregor made some very, very interesting comments in regards to this current situation.
And Trump was taken aback somewhat when he discovered that the Russians are negotiating for a contract that would result in the building of several nuclear power stations on the ground in Iran. And the Russians have been very upfront about that. I think that was actually mentioned by President Putin to President Trump. So then the question is, if that's true, and I think it is, and you are Netanyahu, you are approaching the 11th hour. Either you strike or you'll end up in a position where you can't possibly have an impact anymore. The question for President Trump is, can he stay out of it? And I don't think he can. It's interesting when I talk to people about Iran. One of the things that I hear when I talk to people on the Hill or others who call themselves analysts in the field, it's as though nothing has changed in 46 years since the Iranian Revolution. Well, Judge, you and I know that's not true. Iran is a very different country today from what it was 46 years ago.
Right.
And it is not what it is depicted as being, as this dangerous revolutionary force. I remember people comparing the original.
So let's take his word when he said that people are on the assumption of Iran not changed in the last 46 years. Which is 100% false. Iran has changed quite a bit. In fact, in the last 3 years, I would say they have developed new technologies, their own navy fleet, their own missile system. A lot of it, they are actually homemade. This is why we are seeing Vladimir Putin and other leaders, even President Erdogan, they are taking huge interest in Iran and its technology. And also that includes Xi from China. China, as we know, they are very, very interested in Iran's technology, Iran's natural resources, oil and gas. So a lot of these countries are realizing the potential of Iran, and they are coming to Iran to do business or to help them with weapons, and also at the same time even borrow with Iranian weapon technology. For example, the Shahid drone, or kamikaze drones, all of these things, or these equipments that are being used by Russia against Ukraine. So guys, the Zionist movement, the Fox News will tell you that Iran will be decimated. They're weak, they're mullahs, they use a lot of the time very, very derogatory terms against Iranian government, Iranian officials. But at the end of the day, what we will see is that Iran is coming and emerging to be a much more powerful state than it had been. This strike on Iran by US and Israel is going to only make Iran more and more powerful, and more country will be amazed at the technology that Iran is capable of producing. So good. All the best, Netanyahu, with your hiding. He's right now, some reports said, in Greece. His son is in Florida enjoying the beach. And his country, the fake state of Israel, is paying the price for attacking Iran as we speak. Islamic Knowledge, Elvin and Lunar, thank you guys for your comments. I'll see you in the next video.